Hello and welcome to another edition of Connecting the Dots, the interview series where we have thought leaders, innovators and game changers of our industry share their tips, insights and learnings. My name is Andy Waltenspiel. I'm running a Munich-based consultancy working with vendors and operators, connecting the dots and working with them on innovation and go-to-market strategy and thought leadership. Today is a first for me because first time it's not in my studio, as you can see. And it's first time for me in Stockholm, Sweden, and I'm here with the fantastic crew of Allente. Hello.
Hello.
Hi there. Thanks for having me in your office. It's really cool to be here. So I have Caroline Stormer-Nilsen.
Hi.
Hi there. And Caroline is Director Brand and Marketing. We got Mache Mustapha. He is the Group Chief Commercial and Marketing Officer.
Hi.
And Espen Nergard, he is the CTO.
Nice to be here, Andy.
Hey there. So let's jump in. Allente is a relatively young company. You only exist in 3.5 years. Tell me, where do you come from? Where are you now? A few facts about Allente for the viewers.
Yes, I can start with that. Yeah.
Caroline.
We are Allente, which stands for All Entertainment. We are the merger of Canal Digital and Viasat. We was launched in 2020, but was launched as a consumer-facing brand in 2021, which means that we have only existed in the market for 2.5 years now. We are owned 50-50 by Viaplay Group and Telenor. We have approximately 1 million customers and are located in all 4 countries in the Nordics.
So newest in the class, but not really that new. And in terms of our offerings, we obviously come from DTH or satellite TV. And that is still a significant part of our business and will continue to be important for the foreseen future. But besides that, we've also, since day one, worked a lot on renewing our agenda. So product development to ensure that we respond to consumer trends and preferences and to be able to be relevant in the Nordics also over time. So in terms of new business areas and products, the flagship is Allente Stream, our new streaming services.
Bli kungen av underhållning med Allente, TV och streaming i samma paket.
We've launched Allente Stream in Sweden, Denmark and also Norway and have a very, very positive traction. In terms of growth areas besides our Allente Stream service, IPTV and Broadband is also important business areas for Allente going forward.
So you're in charge of product and the technology, Espen. So how can I receive your all entertainment packages?
Well, it's not only our consumer offerings we have renewed, it's also the technology stack that we have renewed. So you can receive our, as Mache also said, our signals from satellite for satellite TV. But then we also offer IPTV, we offer streaming, TV everywhere, broadband services, fixed wireless access in Norway. So we kind of have a wide range of services for distributing content or allowing our customers to get access to content. But we came into this with a lot of legacy technology, a lot of different system portfolios coming from each of the respective companies. And a very I would say legacy architecture, also a mastodon sitting right in the middle of the platform, taking up every space, a very little flexibility. We have spent the last 3.5 years on kind of removing a lot of that legacy architecture, legacy systems and creating flexibility so that we can deliver products that are perceived as valuable for the customers, that offers value, true value for the customer.
Yeah, okay. So I looked at your website and it says Allente is a Nordic TV distributor. Sounds a bit dusty, almost. Are you distributing TVs in a truck? Are you a satellite uplink? And I think none of that is true. So how do you position the brand these days?
So it's always an ongoing debate how to actually describe yourself.
Yeah.
Is it provider, operator, distributor? And perhaps we have some homework to do here on our homepage. So thank you for feedback. but anyhow, taking a step back and also elaborating a bit more on the position, I think even though we over time intend to develop our product portfolio with new product types, TV and entertainment, unlike many of our competitors, is our core. We come from TV. We've been doing TV longer than anyone else, if you ask us at least. So we really know TV. And to promise our consumers the most qualitative TV experience is that feels natural for us to take on as a position that we strive for, but also as a promise towards consumers.
Bli kungen av underhållning med Allente. TV och streaming i samma paket.
And then when we talk about position and role, aggregation often comes up.
Yeah.
And that is not unique, no matter
True.
where you ask. Everyone strives for that position. So if it's not unique, it's important to be better. And we've pinpointed 3 pillars. I think it starts from quality in the position that we strive for. Quality throughout the value chain, quality of picture and sound, quality of hardware, quality of how we serve our customers. Quality is an important dimension. Then second is smart value.
What's that?
So smart value is so much more than having the most aggressive pricing, lowest prices in our industry. That position is very crowded. Yeah. That position we've deemed not to be sustainable. So smart value for us is much more about how we package to ensure that we create value for consumers, how we find the right bundle benefits. If you collect more, you save more. And then we have the final pillar being simplicity or easier customer interaction. Many can perceive that as a hygiene, but we believe very much in simplified journeys.
Makes sense.
And I think that starts from how you buy our products to how you actually navigate, how we serve our products. So it's also a red thread throughout the value chain that we believe is important in terms of the position that we strive for.
Okay, so simplicity, quality, and all that wrapped in smart bundles sounds like a great UX being the user experience from how do I subscribe, use, change, and hopefully never leave. Right, so make it easy for the customer to stay.
And we can actually sum all of that up in our
Yes.
mission, which is all about making everyday life more entertaining for our customers. So as Mache said, it's all about making all products and services that we launch, we are launching them to make an even better entertainment experience for our customers.
Okay. Espen, you mentioned you also have broadband offerings, fixed wireless offers. How does that fit into that entertainment proposition?
Well, for most things, if you want entertainment today, you need to have that internet access. You need that access point.
Yeah.
So, but of course, for us, it's part of the smart value. You bundle the broadband together with the TV product. So it's kind of adding the smart values. You can have that, and you can have other SVOD services, and kind of build upwards to kind of get that top value.
Okay, but you're not becoming a telco operator, are you?
No.
Yet.
Not yet.
No, not yet. And I think it's an important point to make sure that you actually focus on what you believe that you can create value from. Broadband is an enabler for becoming a strong and relevant TV provider and entertainment provider. But the purpose of adding product needs to be, for us at least, to become even stronger in TV. That's why we also decided to be selective in terms of what type of products we actually add besides TV.
Yes, makes a lot of sense. So that brings us to the question, how do you differentiate? You said it's a crowded market space at the bottom where the cheapest try to be always the ever cheapest. It's a race to the bottom. You don't want to be there. So how do you differentiate? What makes you special? Why should a subscriber in the Nordics go to Allente and use your offering instead of competition?
I think I can take a little bit from the product and technology side. So first of all, our core focus is TV. Our core focus is delivering that great entertainment experience inside your living room, or when you're out traveling, or when you're at your cabin, or whatever, wherever. That's kind of our core.
That's really highly competitive, and all the players more or less look the same and has the same offering. So how can we be the brand that stands out from the competition? It's about being distinct. We need to make sure that we have a distinct visual identity in order to secure brand recall. That's really important. Then, as a new brand, we have a low awareness, and we need to make sure to increase that awareness. And we do that by being crystal clear on who we are, what we offer, and how you can get it.
So even after 3.5 years, you consider yourself a new brand?
Yes, we are 2.5 years. And yes,
customer
we are still a new brand in the market.
At least if you compare to our legacy brands, we had an awareness levels of 80-90% in the Nordics for both legacy brands. So obviously going from 80-90 to 0 when we started is a challenge. And even though we see great development, we are still on a journey to establish Allente as a consumer brand in the market.
Yeah, and we're also competing in a market where a lot of our competitors are investing heavily in media advertising. We are, of course, also doing that, but we need to do the more outsmarting than outspend.
And then I think another advantage is that we talk TV. We are focused on TV, we talk TV, we advertise TV. Many of our competitors talk about their entire portfolio. So from that sense, I think it's also beneficial for us when we strive for a dedicated TV position in the market.
Absolutely. I often hear we don't get budget to do a TV campaign because my marketing tells me I need to do a 5G campaign. So, and the TV, people responsible for TV are quite frustrated in these telcos a bit. I mean, that's an advantage for you. You can go full speed and market the entertainment proposition.
Definitely. And from a strategic perspective, our discussion internally, when we talk differentiation, boils down to 3 alternatives. The number one option that we elaborated around was content, to invest heavily in content and especially exclusive content, so to lock content on your own platforms. That is expensive and difficult. And we've seen very few cases, at least in the Nordics, that we deem to be successful. So that alternatives we don't believe in terms of the way forward for Allente. Number 2 that we discussed internally was around the product experience and ensuring that you have a best-in-class experience, smooth experience independently of linear or SVOD content. Here we believe that we have an important contribution and role to play, and especially with the new product platforms that we recently introduced to the market, and especially with our dedicated focus on TV. And maybe you can come back a bit to that as well, Jon Espen. And the last alternative that we also discussed and decided to focus on, besides product experience in terms of differentiation and being better, is the commercial proposition. So again, smart bundles, how you package, how you ensure that you meet consumer preferences in terms of flexibility. And here we also have some important announcements that we recently made that we hope that will be perceived well by consumers.
Can you talk a bit about them for those who haven't seen them yet?
Yeah, of course. So it's launched first on Allente Stream, our streaming service. And it's a new packaging, a combination of linear flow channels combined with SVOD services, but also tilted more towards SVOD, because that's based on all the research that we've been doing, where we believe that the consumers ask for more. Still linear, but more SVOD.
Okay.
And then, in terms of business models, we enable more flexibility. So pick and choose if you would like, especially on the SVOD tier. You have your base channels, and then you can change SVOD channel packages more frequently to ensure that we can meet the preferences towards the new segments in the markets to a larger extent than the more traditional packages that we have today.
Okay. And all that, of course, needs to happen seamlessly and simple with high quality.
Definitely.
No challenge, right, on the operations?
Not a challenge at all, I would say. I think we have a highly competent UX team, a highly competent tech team, working closely together with our commercial teams and content teams to figure out how do we mix 60,000 assets together with 200 linear TV channels, catch-up content, ingested SVOD services, and so on and so forth. Kind of how do we make a great user experience around that across all platforms? It's a huge challenge. I think it's a challenge that the team love working on, because I can see them digging into the details of this. And the thing is that what we're trying to do is help customers solve the app fatigue. It's quite annoying. Kind of, I want to watch this series this week, I want to watch that series next month, and so on and so forth. And everything is in different app. And you don't even know what app it is in, because I don't relate to the brands, I relate to the content.
Yes. Yeah. If Friends moves from this SVOD player to the next, I don't care. I follow Friends, not Netflix or Disney.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you have want to watch Friends, you will have season 1 in one service, season 2 to 4 in a different service, and then rest of the seasons in a third service.
Somewhere else.
Super difficult. Our role is to get that come together in one user interface, in one user experience. So you don't have to relate into all that.
Yeah.
And with the smart values and our new packaging model, it also allows customers, okay, I can subscribe to this service this month, and next month when I want to continue, because only half the seasons are available there, I can change to the next service to follow the rest of the seasons.
Okay.
So let's go.
The pitch you did was actually better than mine. You should take my role.
Well, sometimes you should maybe swap, rotate the positions.
I'm not sure if our boss would like that.
Okay, so, but you have a very diverse customer base. So by the way, what's your average age of consumer subscribers? Do you know?
Around 57.
57, okay. But we know that managing by average leads to below average performance, right? So you need to manage the extremes, and you have the 14-year-old that go on Instagram and watch only on their phone, and then you have the satellite users of the box that they have since 20 years, and suddenly you give them the new fantastic Google TV box, and they hate it. How do you address them? How do you serve them?
I think it's really important to see it more like we adjust towards different behaviors. So we segment our customers into behaviors and interests, and not by age.
Okay.
Yeah, and by that we will be relevant both for elderly customers and the younger segments. Because there are 60 years old that are really tech savvy, and we know there's also 20 years old that's almost never used internet. So our job is to be relevant for both those target groups. And that's why we also try to make do things data driven and not make things based on just assumptions.
Or at least validate your assumptions.
Yes, validate our assumptions, that's right. Yeah. And one way of doing that is to target the same audience in the same campaigns, but then let the algorithms do their magic.
So does it mean you do a lot of AI? Is that the buzzword here? Or algorithms, maybe you have some secret sauce there?
Yeah, we are, of course, at the starting point of looking into AI and how to use that. We see a lot of potential when it comes to marketing, at least. A lot of efficiency when it comes to content production, translation, things that we are using a lot of time doing now that we see can be much more efficient.
Yeah.
So we are definitely looking into that.
Yeah, but I also think I definitely agree on that. And from a marketing perspective, it makes very much sense. But I think also in terms of having a differentiated platform strategy, that is obviously a bit of a dilemma. Striking the right balance is not always easy.
Yeah.
We have a responsibility in terms of challenging and educating our consumers as well. Also, the more traditional segments. So to guide them and to push them, not force them, but push them to try new ways of watching TV and consuming TV is a responsibility that we have as TV experts. So I think that's an important dimension into, because we add a lot of products, digital products also to the traditional segments. And by doing that, we believe that we will enrich or enhance their TV experience. And that doesn't mean that we remove the stuff that they like today, but we add. And then when they are ready, we can migrate them and keep them within our own ecosystem. We are better positioned to do that, at least.
I think it is dangerous to start stereotyping. We have done user tests. We're having IT people, software engineers, together with elderlies. People you normally think would understand digital products and the way they work. And then it's the elderlies that are actually beating. I had a woman that was 87 years old, and she was more advanced as a user
than me.
Yes. So it is dangerous to stereotype. But of course, adding kind of machine learning, AI to this to kind of build up personalization and enhancing the user experience on top of what we already have is definitely something that we're experimenting with as well. And then also from operational perspective, using AI to test the different scenarios. Kind of how will this work for different user types within our categories?
Younger audiences. So in one of my recent interviews at Orange Spain, Director TV, and talking about Tik Tok on the big screen. I mean, that's interesting to content. TikTok even does curation for the big screen. And one of the things is, can I reach younger audiences that way? Is that something you're thinking about as well? Is that the best way? Are there other ways to reach younger audiences, even if you don't segment by that way?
I think I can try to jump at this. I think TikTok is a channel, our content distribution of short-form content, first and foremost. And it's content that is designed to be viewed on a mobile phone, on a personal device. And it is also highly personalized, kind of a stream of content flowing in all the time there. From our perspective, we haven't spent time on considering if we should have TikTok on the big screen. I don't believe, personally at least, that it is a format that would work super nice on the big screen. But of course, TikTok might have other plans. TikTok also probably would like to experiment with the big screen, kind of understand how can we, one, reach a new segment. They probably want to reach a little bit older segments, because most of their users are younger. And then from an operator perspective, I also guess it's not only cool to be the first one on the planet to offer TikTok on the big screen, Yeah, I'll give them that.
Yes.
But it's probably cool also to work together with TikTok to kind of understand and experiment with this and learn from how TikTok work with content.
Yes.
So kind of having that circle of learning, I think it's super great. And it develops the entire industry at the end of the day. But at least my teenage daughters, they would never sit in front of the big screen in the living room watching their personalized TikTok content in front of rest of the family.
Maybe it's for your 87-year-old content on the short form.
It could actually be.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We should try that.
Yeah.
So all the telcos I speak to, similar average age, 55 and up, all of them say I struggle to reach the younger audiences. Do you have some silver bullets you can talk about? Maybe?
Our main focus for Allente as a new brand is to reach as many potential buyers of our category as possible. And that's what we always strive for, and that's how we plan our media investments and media strategy as well. We need to build awareness. We need to make sure that we deliver on our category entry points. And by category entry points, we mean what pops up in our consumers' mind when they are in a position where they want to buy a TV distributor or a TV entertainment solution. I see we do that, all of us. It's about entertainment, but we have a tendency to talk about TV as our core product. But we have been challenged on that one, and entertainment is what we deliver.
It takes time.
Yeah, it takes time to change, absolutely. But there are maybe 5% that are in the market for changing now, and there's 95% that not in the market and they don't want to change now. So what we need to make sure is that we talk the language, we deliver on the category entry points that pops up in their head. So when they come in a position where they want to change, they will think of us and not our competitors.
Bli kungen av underhållning med Allente. TV och streaming i samma paket.
That brings me to my favorite question, which is, if I were to give you $100 million, that's conditional, what would you do with it for Allente? You want to go first?
So for Allente, you said.
Yes.
Should I start?
You wanted to buy a football
You can
club,
start, yeah.
right?
So I think from my perspective, or from Allente's perspective, we are very dependent on the content providers that we work with. So we buy content from various broadcasters. And our role is then to package and distribute these content. But that comes with a lot of if and buts, a lot of constraints in what we can and cannot do. So it's not always easy, based on all of these constraints, to meet the needs and preferences from consumers. So I will use the 100 million to actually ensure that we have full flexibility to build the home of all product experiences, if you would like. So
Explain.
one experience, independently of content type or broadcaster, independently of how you actually use or what kind of tablet you consume TV on. One simple solution, unified. I think consumers will very much appreciate that because, again, it's too many if and buts today. And I also think that would be beneficial from a business perspective in many ways compared to what we do today, both for us as an operator, but also for our content partners.
So do I hear you correctly? You would invest in the user experience, not so much in the content itself, right?
Exactly. So I will use the money to actually convince the content providers to give us the full flexibility to do what we believe is value creation towards consumers. So in terms of packaging, we can package as we like and believe in. And we can also, in terms of building the product experience, ensure that consumers can travel between different content providers in the best possible way, streamline the activations towards different type of content providers, ensure that we have a better experience than anyone can offer today, because everyone lives with these constraints.
Is 100 million enough for that?
No, but it's a starting point. Let's stop there.
Yes. Okay. Good.
It's not a negotiation today. Right?
Yeah, not yet. No. Good. By the way, if you want the rights for this interview, we can speak later. Huh?
Yes.
Caroline.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Brand?
Yeah.
Ah.
Brand, of course, and awareness. As I said before, Allente stands for All Entertainment. So I would do something in the entertainment universe. I would maybe look into creating a TV or a reality show.
Okay.
Yeah, looking into creating a reality show where we could call it maybe Keeping Up with Allente, where Allente's products and services are used, mentioned, and shown throughout each episode by the biggest stars in the universe.
The three of us.
The three of you?
Yeah, the three of us.
And maybe a few over there?
Yeah.
Top actress I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Maybe not 100 million is enough, but still, I would do something like that. So set Allente on the agenda. Or maybe go all in on sports. Create Team Allente in soccer, hockey, Formula 1, in order to keep up the competition with Team Red Bull.
Yeah.
And maybe take some of the content and make it available on our own platforms exclusively for customers.
Sponsoring.
Yes.
Brand
Something
positioning.
in the entertainment universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I hear Andy is a great improv actor.
Yeah, so we can do maybe a comedy show. Wait for the outtakes. Espen, how would you spend 100 million? That will go quickly.
Yes, it will go super quick. I think, of course, there is a big part of me that would like to say, let's just switch out all legacy and move on into the future, but that will create some other problems that I don't think we'll have time to go into right now. So I think, I believe in having a bigger purpose, and I do believe that having a bigger purpose also from a company perspective would create more engaged employers, more dedication to the work that we're actually doing, and higher efficiency. Our employees are super dedicated, super engaged in everything that we do today. But I believe building up something bigger. So I would, first of all, spend a big part on making streaming and TV coming closer to zero emissions. Because we know that streaming, the use of data, the use of servers and everything that we do, it is quite energy consuming.
Yes.
And there's a long way to go to make that come closer to zero emissions. So that's the biggest part of the money I would invest in sustainability. Then I would take a chunk of the money and create a Allente fund for Allente employees. So that for every good cause Allente employees would like to have, they can apply for funding from that fund. And we could fund travels to support humanitarian work in different parts of the globe.
Okay.
Whatever good cause. We can give some funding every year.
Cool.
I think that's creating the greater purpose would be.
Maybe that's part you should put in your brand strategy. I think you do fantastic stuff. Maybe can you consult?
That's why we are a team.
There
we
we
do
go.
fantastic
We have 3 million in total, so
3 million, no.
But you the jury now.
I'm the jury.
So who gets the money?
I think all of you need.
No, but you need to pick one.
I need to pick one.
That actually gets it.
So you need to actually have the money when you pick one now.
I give it to Caroline.
thank you.
Because
you.
she will draw from
Exactly.
you, and that will be the key for you. to get where you want to go.
That's why we're a great team.
Indeed. Thank you for the talk. Super great talk. We could continue for another hour or more, and actually we will over dinner. Thanks for being in my channel. And dear audience, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.